Hey guys. So I am going to tackle some organizing. Uh, I crashed in the middle of the week this week. I don't know what happened. The last 2 days are a blur and I feel like I slept almost the entire time. I don't know if the stress is just starting to finally catch up to me, but I've gotten almost nothing done. I have managed to still package items and take it to the post office, and I ran by Goodwill today. But aside from that, I've done very little. I am starting to feel a little bit of energy now, so I am going to try to knock some things out while I do have energy. And hopefully that was just sort of, maybe my body just needed to reboot or something. I don't know. It's been a crazy couple of years, so I think I'm gonna be all right. I was kind of worried I was getting sick there for a minute, but I think I'm good. But I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of give y'all an idea of where I'm at and how I'm gonna start. I think it's a good example. Like, a lot of people starting out reselling may not have very much space to work with. I definitely do not right now. I am actually staying in my parents' home. My mom has been fighting leukemia, and I moved out here technically December of last year, and liquidated my inventory and all kinds, most of my items, most of my stuff, my furniture, everything. But my parents, they collect a lot of things. They're not there's not trash and stuff in the house. Everything's pretty much organized, or in boxes or bins or whatever, but they have accumulated a lot of things. They're very sentimental, and so they still have boxes and boxes of stuff that was my grandparents, just a lot of stuff. And so there's very little room. I don't even actually have a bedroom of my own. I'm in the guest bedroom, but it's already decorated wall to wall. Every surface is covered. So even putting my basic items out or having any kind of space that feels like my own space, that just hasn't happened. That is very obviously starting to wear on my mental health. So my next biggest goal is to try to get this space organized so that I can have at least that peace of mind of being efficient and having that area that feels like my own space. But it's not very big. And so hopefully maybe showing this process will help give people some sort of creative ideas on what they could do with limited space. So yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera around, give you an idea of what I'm up against, and kind of run down real quick how I'm gonna tackle it. I'm only gonna do a portion. I am trying to split it up into little chunks right now, to give myself sort of that feeling of actually completing a task, so that I am more apt to be motivated to continue and not burn myself out, which is what I tend to do. So yeah, I'm gonna turn around real quick. All right, so starting with this corner, this right here, I'm going to take care of tomorrow, because it is all going out to the shed. I've definitely been stalling on this part because these are 1x 2x8s, and the quickest route to outside the backyard is going through the house and out the back door. But the corners that I would have to cut, that's just not going to be efficient at all with long pieces of wood. So the only other option I really have is to take them out the garage door and walk them around the side of the house, put them over the fence, and then go out the back door and move them into the shed. And I've definitely been not looking forward to that part. Just anything that's not super efficient, or I can't find a way to make it more efficient, kind of drives me a little nutty. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it just becomes a way bigger task than I feel like it should. And so I'm going to get that done in the morning. first thing when I wake up, because I'll probably have the most energy then, and it won't be as hot outside, and I'll have daylight. I could do it tonight, but I can't see. I'm gonna end up hurting myself. But I'll try to, I can't even really back up to give y'all the full view of the space that I do have. Let me see if I can change the setting on my camera. There we go. So this is the sort of entire space, which is obviously not very big. And I not only need to be able to store most of my inventory here, but I need like a workspace where I can put my light box. I need like a table that I can package items on, ship items, store shipping materials, and also still be able to manage to move around and make videos. So I've been working on getting creative. Obviously this will house a good portion of my inventory. I would say only a third of what I have right now is going to fit there. So I'm going to start out by putting the items that are already listed in this space, and then I'm going to go from there. This back corner needs to be completely cleared out because that like slatted wood, that actually can slide out from there and open the space between this side of the garage and the other side of the garage, which is also like closed in. So if I can get that door slid to the side, then I can open up that doorway. And what I'm going to do is on the opposite end of like this wall, I'm going to put like, well, there's already shelving units there, so I'll probably condense some of what's on that shelving unit so that I can have like 3 or 4 more shelves to store the rest of my inventory. That is in the weeks to come. Like I'm starting, you know, with small chunks, and then we're gonna get there. You'll probably understand the more that you see why it's going to have to be in small portions. So this right here is a priority to get all that out of the corner. This is like, you can't see because it's dark, but it is floor to probably 2/3 of the way at the wall of bins of just stuff. And this is not my stuff. This is all of my parents' things that were on these shelves. And they really don't even know what's in half of these. It's a bunch of miscellaneous. I was gonna try to sort it as I went and like condense it down into bins to try to maximize the space, but I've decided that my best plan of action right now is just to get it out of the way, and then over time I can go and sort through bins, because like the process of just it's just taking so long to get where I need to be that it's kind of becoming unmotivating. And I'm having to work it around many things that I'm doing right now. So I'm going to work on getting all of this out tonight is my biggest goal. I'm going to set a timer for 1.5 hours and try to get all of that and then this stuff underneath into the other side of the garage. This table will end up going on that wall, and then I'll have another skinnier long table that will go here. And I've already purchased the items I need to make sort of like a box organizer. Not elaborate at all, but it will fit well on that table, and I just want something that I can sort of set my boxes up in, you know, still broken down obviously, but like just set them in so that as I go to ship on that table when it's over there, I can just grab a box and go. I don't really want to be ducking under the tables. I don't want to be pulling out from shelves because the space is just so small. It's just not going to be efficient. I'm going to end up slamming my elbow or something into something. I'm going to get pissy. This I am going to keep. I'm trying to figure out where I want to move it to, because I don't think I want it to stay there, but that's not yet determined. That is going to house all of my ephemera. I'm just going to put it in a filing system. to try to maximize that space. The challenge that I first have to come up with or conquer is I have all of these bins. That's my eBay shipping, but I have this other big stack of bins. Well, this one right here is actually a mystery bin that we're going to go through in my next video. But I need to clear this walkway so that I can get out of that door into the other side of the garage so that I can start stacking these bins. Now, some of these bins are probably 50, 60 pounds, and I'm a 120-pound female who just slept for 2 days and have not been working out a lot and been under a lot of stress. So I'm going to do my best to focus on not hurting myself, but also getting it done in a timely manner. My typical is to just kill myself doing work. Like, I will just start a project and I will just go until, you know, I like literally cannot go anymore. But I'm learning, having had a very stressful couple of years, and with me getting a little bit older, that is just not wise, that I have to be kind to myself. I have to, you know, set feasible goals and not hurt myself. So I'm going to try very hard not to push myself harder than I need to. But yeah, hopefully I can, in the hour and a half, hopefully I can at least get these all cleared out. These guys down here cleared out, and that walkway cleared, which the walkway will be first. If I have time, I'll probably sweep up the area because I'm one of those people who I like to sweep as I go. And then I'm gonna try really hard, because once I get that cleared out, my brain's gonna want to just keep going. But I'm gonna try really hard to make myself find a stopping point. But yeah, we will see how that goes. I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick one more time. Yeah, we will see how that goes. I am going to set up my camera so that I can film the whole thing. Y'all get to see me straining to pick up these boxes. Probably if you could hear me, I would be cussing, but I am going to speed up the video so that y'all don't actually have to watch every single thing that I do. But at least you can kind of see the process here at the end. And then when I'm done clearing that space out, I will get on here and say bye to you guys and kind of give you an idea of what my next few steps are. I'll see y'all soon. All right, so I got this area cleared out. I'll probably turn the camera around and show you guys. Liberty's not happy because she cannot be a part of this because the front door is open. But yeah, so there's a couple boxes I'm not so sure that I can get into the other side of the garage. It's okay, baby dog. I'll be there in a minute. Be patient. Be patient. So we're gonna see what we can do about those. I'm gonna turn the camera around, let you see how it's cleared out right now, and then I'm gonna pet my puppy dog for a second, and then we are going to go over to the other side of the garage and I'll show you what's going on over there. All right, so I got everything out from under this table. I got all the stuff out from this corner. And then I got everything out from under there. So overall now, it does look like a bigger space. And I can work with it. I did realize that this stereo system that my dad's working on does stick out sort of into this space. So that might cause some complications because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit this table over there and still be able to access that door the way that I want to. I'm hoping that I can just squeeze this in as tight as I can. Oh, and I found me a step stool, which is going to be useful for when I need to get what is going to be my plushy shelf up there. But I think I want to put a lamp. I have like a mid-century modern lamp that I want to use over in this space, and there is a outlet down here. You can't see it because it is very dark. So I think I'm gonna put like a cloth over that and put my lamp. I'm hoping I can still fit this over here. And then tomorrow this is actually like, there's just like 3 screws holding this in. So I'm gonna unscrew that and move that over here against the wall so that I can put my Michael Jordan on that piece of wood up against that wall. And then when I get this wood moved tomorrow, I can sort of maximize it and scoot that down just a few inches. And hopefully that will leave me just enough room to walk through here and then get through this door. We'll see how that goes. That's all very theoretical. It's going to be very, very tight. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to figure something else out, but we're going to go with that plan for now. So I'm going to take you outside and show you what a mess I have outside. And then we will go to the other side of the garage. I actually am only like 29 minutes into this right now, so I still technically have an hour and 1 minute until I'm supposed to cut myself off for the night. So if I can get everything into the other side of the garage, that should leave me enough time to wipe down all the shelves and clear those off so I have a clean slate tomorrow, and wipe down the table and hopefully even move that table over there. And then I feel like that would be a really good stopping place and a good start for tomorrow. And after this part, and especially after I get the wood into the shed, I'm going to be way more excited about working on this space, because then I actually get to set everything up and organize it, which I enjoy doing. And then I'm going to look for shelves to hang on this wall, probably just a bunch of random vintage cheap shelves of different varieties, so that I can hang some of my personal items and kind of decorate over here. So the rest of it will actually be fun for me. So that is exciting. Yeah, let's go outside and check out the mess. All right, so we have a big old hot mess here. We got all this and that, these bins, and all of these guys. I did put the ones with the lids and the heaviest ones here closest to the door, because they are going to need to go in first. This is my biggest problem right now. This thing probably weighs like 80 pounds. So I'm struggling with it, but I think I can get it over there. It's whether or not I can get it through the narrow space that we're yet to determine. But yeah, so I'm going to get started on this, and I'm going to show you all the other side of the garage real quick. This is the other half of the sort of built-in garage. As you can see, it is like floor to ceiling. Now, that whole back wall is actually when my parents moved here several years ago. After that, they kind of just started to, their health wasn't great. It's harder for them to get around. And so all that on that wall is from their house in Memphis, and it has not been touched since they moved. So there is no telling what is in those bins. At some point over the summer, I am going to start going through parts of it a little at a time. These right here are actually mine. I don't have a lot left from when I moved. It's basically like this pile and that pile. I am going to need to access that somehow, because some of that, like these 4 boxes, are vintage sci-fi books that I'm going to sell on Whatnot. And then like 2 or 3 of these boxes are actual items that I want to be able to put on shelves in my workspace just to kind of decorate. So needing to access some of this, I am gonna first sort of like rearrange just slightly. But then the challenge is getting all of that stuff that's out there sort of in this general area, because there's really, like, I can't put it on this side because then it will be way too narrow to walk around. We need to be able to access the back door just in case, you know, we don't want somebody getting stuck in here. So yeah, I gotta try to squeeze a whole lot of stuff in one small area. I may, with that biggest, heaviest box, since I do have this 2-wheeler here, I may just put it on that and get it right into the door until I can come up with a better place for it, just so that we're not putting something really heavy way back here that's hard to get to. But yeah, I am going to set up the camera and then I'm going to start trying to squeeze all this stuff into space. It's done. So I couldn't use the 2-wheeler to get the generator in because it wouldn't fit through the door. Well, the 2-wheeler would, but it wouldn't fit with the box on it. There's a tub full of some kind of liquid that has bust in a gallon, along with a whole bunch of like lawn care tools that I couldn't easily get out anywhere or move. So the 2-wheeler didn't get used, and I just did the best I could with this gigantic, like there was no lifting that for me, so it was just kind of shoving it and rolling it in here. But yeah, so that's it. That big old stack of everything. And then like this, right here, that's my stuff, so I can get to it pretty easily. This is my stuff, so I can still get to it pretty easily. But yeah, so everything is in. I do have one bin that I need to donate, so I'm going to throw that in the back of my car. And then I'm going to go in and drink a glass of tea really quick. And then I'm going to sweep and wipe down my surfaces and get that table moved. I made it. I did it. I actually have a little bit of time left. Not much. So yeah, I got this, this, it's like a hasket, I think is what they call it, but it, actually folds out into bed. I'm gonna lock the wheels so it doesn't move around a lot, but I like to crisscross applesauce my legs when I'm working. So I don't really like the computer chair. Plus the computer chair squeaks, which is getting on my nerves. But yeah, so I got all my shelves. I got this piece of wood straightened out up here, so I'm gonna put a lot of my bigger like glass items here. This one, I haven't decided which bins I'm gonna put here. The top shelf is definitely gonna be all my plushes and probably some linens. This little short shelf is probably gonna have like these small bins of like smaller glass items or collectibles, like little sort of knickknacks. And then I'm probably gonna put toys down here. And I have so many toys that I am probably gonna have to put a good portion of those on the other side. I do think I'm gonna be able to get this like situated somehow. So I'm trying to get it in the right direction. Okay, yeah, it was already in the right direction. I'm just losing my mind. But yeah, so hopefully I can scoot this table back just a little bit so that I can fit in between these two and access the other side of the garage. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made today, especially since it's only been about an hour and a half. It should give me a good canvas to start in the morning, and I'm going to bring all this wood and the things in this corner that are over here to the shed in the morning. And then I think what I'll probably do is go and make a couple trips to a couple Goodwills. I'm going to be looking for items to sell, obviously, but also I would like some shelves, like little just sort of knick-knack wooden vintage cheapo shelves. At some point I could probably decorate them or spray paint them or something cool. But for now I just want to get them hung up on the wall so that I can like decorate it. Because I'm thinking once I get everything set up, I'm not going to be wanting to try to reach over and decorate items. So I think I'll go ahead and try to get that done tomorrow, as well as finding a lampshade for this. When I moved, everything I brought fit into one pickup truck load. So I had like the entire truck stuffed, like back seat, front seat, everything crammed, every inch of it. And I could not get the lampshade to fit, and that lampshade was like from the 70s and kind of dingy anyways, so I went ahead and tossed it. But I'm gonna try to find like a clean, crisp, either like a greenish or maybe just like a off-white or something. I would prefer like sort of a cool greenish for like a woodland type, but it's cool. It's I don't think you can see in the light. I'll show y'all again at some point, but it's 70s, like it looks almost like an onion bowl, but it's all like pressed wood like all the way around, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel pretty good about what we got done today. So I'm going to have a snack, and then I'm going to take a shower because I started actually breaking a sweat and it's been a long day. Then I'm going to regroup and I'm going to go ahead and film. I have a mystery bin of plushes and toys combined, and then I have a mystery bag of plushes that I got today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do like a haul video and unpack the mystery bin and bag. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me work my ass off. And hopefully maybe it motivates you. I know it's like, it's not the fun part. There's gonna be parts to reselling that are not fun also, just like every other job. And one of them is trying to organize, especially if you have a very small space to work with. Yeah. I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you. Bye.